everybody, welcome back to the Crypto Night Show. We're a little bit late. I forgot that the show was supposed to start. I was sort of like just waiting for the start, and then it hadn't started, so that's kind of funny. That happens every now and then. Hey, we got Sean O'Malley in the house there. Good morning, Crypto Kings and Queens. We're all about to go mooning. Yeah, the second half of the year is going to look legitly good, and of course, we're excited about that. Sean O'Malley, $5,000 ETH in sight, blue skies above, absolutely looking so good. And what else there? Sean O'Malley says, RH, the king of timing markets, playing 4D chess, we will win, says Sean. We are not bullish enough. Absolutely well said. What a great opening there, Sean, for those couple of posts. So, yeah, we got Thomas in the house there. Morning, the clock is ticking. We're going to send in the not too distant future. Absolutely. Just looking very, very exciting indeed. So we're going to have a lot of fun. Anyway, let me pin the show to the top of the X account, and let's share the show around. Let me get the link there. So if you guys can share it around, that'd be great. Share show on X, and that'd be great. So just take a moment to do that on the X account. Let us know if you've done it in the chat there, and I'll give you a shout out. How about that? We got looking good. Woohoo! Let's go. Share the show on X. We got Wookie is back. Wookie is back in the house, and Warriors won. What was the score, Wookie? What was the score for the Warriors? This is rugby league, and of course the Warriors are not doing too badly. So let us know. Let us also know where they're ranked, Wookie. That'd be great too, as well. Before Brennan gets in, otherwise you're going to get absolutely smashed and slammed. All right, let's see here. Let's see. Sean Sean did it. So big shout out to Sean. Thanks for the repost, much appreciated. And yeah, loving a profile picture there too, Sean. Big shout out. All right, what else can we say? Yeah, I don't know. Let's get into it. So let us go into the get into the show. Shall we? We'll get into the crypto. See what that's looking like. Let me bring up one or more charts. I've got a couple other stuff I want to bring up actually. So let me do that, and let's go for gold. Wookie says 32 to 18. So the Warriors won 32 to 18. We are fourth on the table. Okay, cool. You have to be in the top six, don't you, for the playoffs, the top six. That must be coming up pretty soon, actually, for the rugby league. So we have two codes of rugby. There's rugby union and rugby league. The Warriors is a rugby league team, and the games are different. So they're different rules and setups and everything. Although that rugby union is probably a lot more like rugby league these days with all the PC changes they've made to the game. Anyway, let's get into it. Let us go into crypto and see where we are. No stock market today. Top 8, is it, Sean? Top 8. I'm corrected. Top 8 there, not top 6. Yeah, top. Okay, all right. Wasn't it top 6? Have they changed it? Is it that long ago since I watched the rugby? Probably 20 years or something since I watched a rugby league game. All right, let's get into it. That's hilarious. Let's get into it. We got the crypto right now sitting at 4 trillion. Actually, we'll go to the big screen, eh? Should we go big screen? Let's go big screen. No, let's just leave it little screen. We're going to do little screen today. We got, what's the price? We got 4 trillion and $73 billion is the current market cap of crypto based on CoinGecko's index. They got 18,271 coins listed. That's down 1% today. So we're over to 4 trillion. That's a good sign. Bitcoin, however, is at 115,242. So we defended that 112,000 line, didn't we? So we're down 1.3% right now, waiting for that next big push. All-time high so far, 124,000, and we watched that live on this show. It happened live, which I thought was just a treat. And because I'm only on for an hour, and it happened during the show. Come on, think about it. That's pretty awesome. So, yeah, we got, what else we got going? We got hour and a half, maybe. I'm on for an hour and a half sometimes. Okay, let's see. But Ethereum there, we're at $4,060, and we just broke the recent all-time high finally on that too. And some say we hit 4,900 on some exchanges, I guess. So I haven't actually checked that. We're going to check that today. But we're down 0.9% now. XRP at number 3, down 0.6% at $3. BNB is heading up towards that $1,000 mark, $180 right now, down 1.9%. Solana at number 6 is up 2.5%. So it's the green one today, $203. Pretty awesome. And the Dogecoin, I used to call it Doge all the time. No one likes me saying that. So Doge is at number 9, is down 1.3%. And Tron is at number 10 there, down 1.1% at 36.2 cents. And of course, there's still a bit of gap there, about 1.1 billion between Cardano. ADA there got flipped out. We've been seeing Dogecoin, Tron, and Cardano fight it out for number 9, 10, and 11, haven't we? Essentially. So that's kind of where we are right now. Let's have a look at the best performer over the last 24 hours. Obviously, Solana, best performer over the last week, is actually Ethereum. So that's kind of cool. And that's up 7.8% for the week after taking a bit of ease off there. Let's have a quick look at. Let me just go to the live show now. I'm just get the screen up here. And the best performer in the last week, OKB. What a star! What a star! 96.8%. It is sitting at number 42 ranking, but number 1 in the top week. Arbitrum there, number 49, is number 2 in the ranking at the moment for the week, up 22%. Aave, number 36, is up 20%. Chainlink, number 13, up 15%. And Optimism there, number 95, up 9.5%. So a lot of these kind of utilities blockchains. So pretty impressive there. We do have Pudgy Penguins. There's a pretty young group of guys that launched this, if you remember, and they got sort of saved in it, Pudgy Penguins. And they live the life over in Dubai and places, don't they? Don't they live the high life, these guys? But it's currently worth 2.2 billion. They must laugh themselves silly. You got all these people working super hard, and these guys launched some Pudgy Penguins. Obviously, they had to do capital raise and other stuff like that around it. But they're trying to make it a big, compete with the big teddy bears and things like that, aren't they? With their little Pudgy Penguin. That's at 3.6 cents right now. Let's jump over to the top performers in the top 1,000. We've got Donkey, we've got Wayfinder, and Altura. They're all up around about 70%. So let's have a look. These are the top 1,000 top gainers. So let's have a look at Donkey. See where that's number 1,000. Well, it says top 1,000, but it's 1,007. So maybe it's been moving around too fast. But it's 1,007 on here. 3.5 cents. How long's it been around for? Well, July 25th, so not too long. So what's that, a month? Yeah, a month. And just got pumped. Pretty good chart, really. For a new project there, Donkey, and it got pumped from 2 cents to almost 3.6 cents now. It's on BSC scan there, and that's pretty much it. So that is Donkey. Look at meme coin, of course, and what else we got there? Well, it's actually just been bumped off the top, so we've got Wayfinder there, Altura as well, and the Future. It's the problem with going through these lists is that they often move around. So that one, because it went out of the top 1,000 after I clicked on it, obviously it got pushed out as well. Altura there, 5.4 cents. Others on BSC chain, been around for the same time, about a month, and that's on the rise up there too. Altura, and that's on BSC. Let's have a look at altura.com. And let's see what happens. So it's got an app there, easy way to build, scale, and monetize Web3 games. So I don't know, that might be something that's out there. If you're a game developer, might be something you want to check out. Won't open the app there, so I'm not sure what's happening there. It's not a great start. So let's jump over to the next one, which is Wayfinder. That's actually at the top there that sort of popped out the other one that with the Donkey one that we saw. That's been around since the 25th, another month, and it's sitting at number 790. Let's see there, it just got pumped to 23 cents all the way from 11.7, so pretty good. It's on Ethereum and a Wayfinder AI, so it looks like an AI solution here, intelligent agents on every chain, and you can launch the app as well, empowering seamless block mastery with AI agents on every chain. So let's have a quick look at that. That's pretty cool. Does every chain mean, I guess, means Pulse chain? Adaptable on-chain agents, sign up today, get started. Okay. So there we go. That could be interesting. That might be something that maybe, presumably, because it's on Ethereum, that might actually, maybe it can apply to the old Pulse chain. So maybe it's one worth saving there. I might save that. And let's see. Have a look at that one. What else do we got there? We got DeFi Tuner as well up there. So we'll have a quick look at that. This is the new one that popped in there. And let's see where we're out there. So we've got 31st of July, so only been around for less than a month. And that chart looks pretty good too. We were down 2.5 cents, now at 14 cents. So this looks really good. It's on Solana chain, a DeFi tuner. Let's have a quick look at the chart. And reject all. I think have we been on the site before? Maybe we have. Tuner staking leaderboards. We've got staking. They've got markets and trading, liquidity, lending, etc. So a full little DeFi solution there. And it's on the move, so not bad. Maybe we're checking out as well. That is on the Solana chain, and they're really starting to move from. There's a lot more DeFi landing on Solana compared to sort of just being famous for being a meme chain, which probably was inevitable that the DeFi community would start to creep up on it. But it's number 945 right now, DeFi Tuna. Maybe we're checking out some of these rising DeFis on the Solana chain. Could be an interesting theme there. Interesting value offering as well. So that's pretty much on CoinGecko. What else we got going in there? So that is it. We got the market 4.07 trillion. We got Bitcoin 115,300 and Ethereum at 4780 right now. So let's jump into the Bitcoin chart, and we can see that we're riding the 50-day moving average. The yellow line there is currently just below $115,000, and we're at 115,300 in the market price. Looking pretty good, right? So just chilling right now, chilling with the homies. Let's have a look at the Ethereum price. And let's have a look at that on Coinbase. And what was the high that we had yesterday, or 2 days ago, I should say, was 4,886. Now, I believe on some exchanges it may have hit 4,900. There's always a bit of variation there. We probably should have looked on CoinGecko. We'd have probably seen that on different stuff. But the 2 days ago, we did hit 48.86 on Coinbase. So that's kind of the mark there. And we're currently at 47.82 right now, looking really good, aren't we? Looking really good there. That's looking so good. Looks like we're really just going to push higher soon. Maybe tomorrow after we get through. Or tomorrow, maybe not tomorrow. We maybe just consolidate a little bit here, but maybe lazy Sunday in the US. It's Sunday here in New Zealand right now. So we'll see what happens there. We've got a couple more comments in the chat, so let's go to that. We got let's see who's there. We got Sean says only best wooden spoon contender, says Sean. Are you talking about the Warriors? I guess you're talking about Warriors there. Tyndale says Tyndale reposted the stream. A big shout there to you too, Tyndale. Appreciate that. I did see your post about Telegram, so I reposted that because you always repost my stuff. And so I had to repost your Telegram, join Telegram. So big shout for Tyndale. If you guys haven't joined Tyndale's Telegram, get in there. Doing some awesome stuff. So thank you for the intel, says Tyndale. Unity to the moon, says Wiki. Unity to the moon. Yeah, look, Unity is on a tier, isn't it? And you guys know I've been backing that stuff since the beginning because I love tokenomics. It's one of the reasons why I like crypto is tokenomics. So that's why I cover more than just Richard Hart core coins. Because if I wouldn't, if I was just going to be promoting stuff, I'd just say Richard Hart core coins all the time. And we're going to be talking about that today, right? Do you own enough Richard Hart core coins? Because that is a very important part. PLS, PLSX, and Signum and Hex. Now, there's two thoughts about this holding and accumulating. You've had plenty of time. It's been 835 days or something like that. So it's about to all go moon time, and Unity is already on the moon. Yeah. We've got the S4 in the house there. Unity, absolutely. Unity is crushing it. We've got Sean in the house as well. In fact, we're going to talk about Unity coming up. I don't have the websites up, but I'll pull them up. Sean says, agreed. Unity for crying out loud. It says S4. Hey, look, we cover Unity every day. So every day. We cover it every day because we know it's awesome. So let's get into it. All right, so this is Ethereum right now. 4780, and we're looking good. So I think we're just going to continue to look good on the chart. What else can we say? We're really trying to push up here. I don't have an RSI on the chart, but it's looking pretty good. Now, talking about good is the Strategic ETH Reserve, and Strategic ETH Reserve right now is looking great too. We've got 4.1 million ETH in it, 3.39% of the total supply, which is 120.7 million. We've got about 1% inflation per year. Obviously, we've got EIP 159. We have the block rewards, less than fee burning, and that's kind of where we get to that sort of 1%. Now, we can be deflationary at times as well during the year, but that's kind of where we are. We've got 70 participants now, so we popped back up from 69 to 70, which is kind of cool. The last big reported by Sharplink was on the 19th, but we know that the price is pumped from basically just off 4,000 to almost 4,900. So no doubt these acquisition vehicles have got some more disclosures to come out, and we'll get those probably tomorrow or something. I don't know, pretty soon. So who's added? Who are the big padders? I imagine quite a few of them have tried to add on that move. We got Bitmine, Immersion, Sharplink, and Ether. We know that Bitmine was going to accumulate between 44,000 and 150, and they got their mark. They got their price that they wanted, and so no doubt the Bitmine must have accumulated there. I don't know how their 20 billion's going so far, but yeah, it's hold up. Oh, yeah. Talk about unity. Why don't you hold your horses? Hold your horses. We're talking about the ether right now. All right. We got Sharplink here right now, 740,000, and we've got ETH Machine here at 345 as well right now. So 345 ETH sitting at number 3. We got number 4 is Ethereum Foundation, 231, and then of course the Pulse Chain Sacrifice is 166,000 Ethereum. Looking amazing. So that is exciting time. So everything's looking pretty good. We're probably expecting some pretty amazing stuff coming up. And do you guys see something new on this chart? Do you guys see something new on this chart? We've got the target here. Look at this target. They've added that. So they've got target for Bitmine is 5% of the ETH supply. Look at that. They've got Sharplink there, 74% of their 1 million target. But like I said, I think Sharplink will probably change. I think they'll probably go, well, damn it, we got a 1 million. Let's go for more now. Wouldn't be surprised at all about that because it's all about that premium, right? Increasing the premium, and they've got to increase the volume traded, right? We know that Bitmine Immersion is one of the top 20 companies in the world with volume. That's going to add to their premium, right? So keep a lookout for that. I think there's going to be a lot more gains afoot there. And then of course we've got the ETH Machine. The ETH Machine, guys, wants 10% of the ETH supply. So we hadn't seen this posted here before. Their ticker for the ETH Machine is DYNX. So that is pretty awesome. We were, at least as far as I knew, we were a bit unknown about how much they want to accumulate. But the ETH Machine here, they've got a 10% target of ETH. So they're talking about even more than Bitmine, which Bitmine's just raised at 20 billion. So we're talking about, well, they're gonna need to pay a lot more to get that. So I don't know, the ETH Machine's got to be driving a lot more capital access to try and achieve that. Man, oh man, we're talking about huge prices here, guys. 10% and 5%. I mean, 5% was bad enough to get us the big prices. So that's only just the game's on, guys. The game is on. And of course, we've also got down here, we got Nexus down at 14, right? They're raising 5 billion, and they've only just started. So it's game on. It's game on. And you can see at the moment they've got target 10% of supply as well. So I'll have to double check these 10% marks, but that is just mega huge, guys. I mean, this is game on. Yeah, it's awesome stuff. We got the US government probably going to get some stuff around that acquisition with the altcoin stockpile later in the year, probably October, November, something like that. We'll see. So we've got lots of cool things happening, and of course we've got new entrants with Cosmos there. And if we just tab that out, instead of going from all SERs to just SER treasuries, we will get 15. We got 15 on the list right now. Isn't that awesome? Oh my God. We are so early, guys. It is insane. It is insane. Once we start getting to these exponential moves, it's going to be even more insane, double the insanity. This is crazy. And Pulse Chain SAC is sitting at number 5, guys. Just don't underestimate that. We'll have an indirect impact, sort of an implied impact into Pulse Chain. But at some stage, Richard's going to do some magic and we could have a direct impact on Pulse Chain. It's going to be awesome, guys. Hey, look, this is just on Ethereum. But why don't we have something like this? We obviously got Pulse Chain sacrifices and all that sort of stuff. Why don't we have something like this on Pulse Chain? Because we're a full system state fork of Ethereum. Why don't we start doing some of the things? Why don't we have some people that we've got at least a couple of people that have got experience and histories into the NASDAQ and things like that. No reason why we can't start setting some of these things up and have our own strategic PLS reserve. That's what I said. SPR. The SPRs. We've got SERs. Let's have the SPRs. Come on, guys. Let's see it done. Somebody out there could be able to do it. If you're in America, you're a lot well positioned for it. But anybody, I guess, it can happen anywhere. And we'll set something like this up. Come on. That's the way to go. Now, moving on to that, we've got obviously the actual value of the Pulse Chain SAC sitting here at 795 million, up 167 million right now, 26.6% in the money. And you guys know that if we get to 15K Ethereum by the end of the year, which is Tom Lee's mark, and he's pretty much been the most successful predictor out of the stock market analysts, and of course he is the one actually driving a lot of this value. Then we're talking about 2.5 billion by the end of the year. Man, oh man. And you got to remember, if you can stake that, right, you can earn millions and millions of that, tens of millions a year off that, and onwards and upwards, right? And if we head towards 30K, over a 10-year period, we could end up with $400,000 Ethereum, things like that. I mean, it's just crazy where we can head to, and this thing will just get insanely valuable. Amazing. Imagine just staking that and just getting the ETH the ETH reserves out there. It's just one of the many ways that it could be used. So, and then you can go just pump all that money for free into Pulse Chain. So really, all those strategic ETH reserve people are pumping Pulse Chain, and we thank them for their service. We really do. It's amazing. So that's an in-studio audience, by the way. It's an in-studio audience. Thank you, guys. Thank you. It's so funny. I've been told in the Discord not to laugh at my own jokes. Not to laugh at my jokes. Okay, Eddie in the house there. Fasten your seatbelts because RH cores to the moon. Woohoo! Yeah, that's right. That is the main topic of our stream today, by the way. I know we haven't got there yet, but we're getting there. Anita in the house there. Good morning, everybody. Hey, Anita, big shout out. One of our moderators as well. Big shout out there, Anita. All right, so let's jump into the Richard Hart, shall we? And Richard Hart here obviously gave us updates around the hex.com, and we've covered that, right? It will become lightning fast, updated to 1.07. It's rumored the next update will support non-MetaMask wallets, which would be pretty cool. And this is obviously hex.com right here. Pretty snazzy looking site, and of course great for onboarding. How it works, you got all that in here. It's kind of cool how Hex works. Links, of course, all the links. Yeah, kind of cool. Now you guys know, because I was covering Pulse Chain every single day, I was always covering hex.com, right? I was always doing stats, and I was really the most consistent. But then a guy came along. Do you guys know? Yeah, Crispy Man came along, and he was doing deep dive analytical work. And so it's like, well, this guy's doing the next level stuff, so it's leave it to him. And so I stopped really covering X as much as I used to. And then I went to the rebrand, right? Rebranded the Crypto Night Show, and so I could cover a lot more stuff. And it's kind of cool to do that. But if you haven't checked out Crispy Man, definitely go check him out and go for that next level Hex analysis. That's what we say there. All right, so that's kind of cool where we are with Hex. And that's what we had with Richard Hart there. So Richard Hart's making a lot of moves all over the place, getting things ready for the run on Pulse Chain. He posted this out about Ethereum. I've done more for Ethereum than you have. Tag someone who also did good for Ethereum. Congrats, ETH, on the new all-time highs. It's been 1,382 days. The ships come in, and 200,000 free electronic devices will be very soon be spreading the good word about Ethereum, Pulse Chain, PulseX, and Hex, which is very exciting. And of course, we got these electronic devices, right? Free and open source software is the future of finance. And of course, we got our blockchain and all the smart contracts, peer-to-peer digital immutable truth, trust in math, not men. The Pulse Chain train is coming. And of course, we've got the SEC with their crypto strategy coming out. And of course, tokenization of the stock market coming to Pulse Chain. We got, Robinhood and Coinbase and people like that doing things in our frontier. That is the mark. And of course, we're going to have lots of it on Pulse Chain. The above post is mostly to trigger crypto Twitter into realizing the worldview needs updated. The people that actually matter for Ethereum aren't the people who are being promoted. Hence the request for tags is to get knowledge into the brains of the ignorant. I guess they'll know soon enough whether they use X or not. So that was from Richard there. So kind of cool getting Richard posting. And what else did he post? I also had this. I explained pumps to you. You have X influence. Your influence can cause Y amount of buys. The more liquid what you are promoting, the less price will move up with your Y money is deployed. If legacy buy Ethereum instead of Bitcoin, the price moves up more if it's less liquid. And if they buy Pulse Chain, it super duper goes up more because there's less for sale, right? But wait, there's more. If your influence is only worth Y dollars, would you rather promote something you own a larger percentage of or a small percentage of? What would you own a larger percentage of total supply of Bitcoin, Ethereum, or Pulse? This is why you often see people choose to promote most of which they own the large percentage of, so they don't have dead weight pulling down their gains from promoting. This is not financial advice, but I'm just educating you about markets. PLS, because ETH is less liquid and vastly superior to Bitcoin in nearly every way, when Bitcoin is sold for ETH, and of course we're looking for a lot more for that, ETH price goes up more than Bitcoin goes down. This applies to both ETH and Pulse Chain as well. Happy new all-time high to ETH there. That was from Richard again. So he's just posting this out pretty much in the last 24 hours, which is kind of cool. And then we got this cool post here. And this is around the promotion that we're expected to come up very, very shortly. Within days, arguably. The nonprofit needs to print the mailing labels now. So that was pretty cool. The nonprofit needs to print the mail labelings now. Post your ideas after the addresses and barcodes and postage. There's extremely little room for text and images. Now's your chance to play with an AI image generator. Here's a rough outline, of course. It gives the details of that. I saw a pretty pulse chain gradient color border around the entire label and a bit thick to show off the full color advantage. Almost uses black and white. And here's when we got a little bit more extra information about the electronic devices, electronic LDC device enclosed. So looks like it's got some sort of screen on it, and it's going to be pretty cool. You've probably got spaces for 3 or 4 sentences to market the non-profit stuff. I'm sure the non-profit appreciates your input. Let's see your inspiration images, and even better if you can hack it, label layouts. So there we go. That was from Richard there, and he posted a couple of images around that. And there's a little bit of the postage card area available. So that was kind of cool. And then he followed that up as, yes, the printer is full CYMK for all colors. Looks great. Will be the shame not to take advantage of it. The pulse gradient will use lots of cyan and magenta, I guess it is. They yellow. Their yellow warning would use yellow and black, and the text would use black. I don't know if the print head is sensitive, etc. So that is from Richard. Now we did have. I'm just trying to think here. We did have the non-profit, I think, which is Griffin, right? So, and they put out some comments about that too. That's kind of where we are with that. So it was a really huge post from Richard around the marketing coming up within days. I mean, obviously doing the printing now. So it was a cool little update. And then we also had this huge update here from Liberty Swap, right? So apparently a bridge from Solana to Pulsechain was just opened, and that is Liberty Swap. Looks like they have BSC, Arbitrum, and Ethereum all to Pulsechain as well. Now, this one to Solana, of course, is a different chain, right? So it's not an EVM chain. And so it's got a lot more technically difficult, but man, they have pulled it in. Isn't that awesome? They have pulled it in, and it's exciting where this is going, right? So fantastic. So yeah, it is awesome. So we got huge stuff happening here. And Liberty Swap said, thank you so much for always keeping an eye on our work and encouraging us to move forward. As brothers and sisters working together, we'll do our very best to connect a pulse chain with our blockchains. We can only hope not to let the community down, and we trust everybody will keep us accountable. So that is kind of where we are right now on that. So kind of cool. Let me... all right. So that is kind of where we are right now. And so we're moving forward. Really, really cool. So nice to see that. So that is where we are with the Pulse Chain and Liberty Swap. So huge Solana now. You can bridge over through Liberty Swap. That is massive. And we've got all these liquidity pool accesses. Think about all the blockchains, 40 blockchains that we're going to have with Liberty Swap, and also non-EVM chains. And of course, all that liquidity pool getting access to Pulse Chain. Awesome, 40 chains on. And 3 tokens with the USDC, USD Tether, and DAI, which is pretty amazing, I think. So get excited about that. It is pretty awesome. All right. Let me just quickly do something here. So, yeah, get into the chat there. Let me know what you guys think about all of that. All right. So I'm just going to what are we going to do here? I'm just putting S4. I'm putting you in timeout because you're just getting. Honestly, we're all going to be covering Unity coming up, but you're just getting annoying with your comments there. Do appreciate. I'm putting you in timeout there. All right, so moderators, come on, moderators. Have we got moderators in the house there? Just moderate that repetitive behavior. That's all. It's basically equivalent to spam. So yeah, let us see what else we got going. Let's see here. Let's scroll down a little bit here. We got Sean says RH crypto cryptic messages do my head in, training hitting mountain. Yeah, well, that's I guess it's basically how much Richard Hart Cork stuff do you have, right? That's the key. 4,800 ETH lives is Sean. Nice. Yeah, awesome stuff. So what was that post that I had there? Oh, it's a blank. I'm not sure what that is. All right, so that's kind of cool. Let's jump over to where should we go from here? Where should we go? I don't know. Let's go here. Hey, Sean, I'm going to bounce you up to moderator. How about that? If you see any repetitive comments, If you can moderate those, that would be great. Bam, there we go. Welcome. Congratulations there, Sean. You're now a moderator in the chat. It's been a long time since I made a new moderator, so that is awesome. That is awesome. All right. Cheers. You're welcome there, Sean. You're welcome. I appreciate it. All right. I'm sure Wookie's in the background somewhere. I don't know. Right. Let's jump away to some of the latest stuff there. So I think that's everything from Richard. So yeah, the key outtakes basically are that we got Solana bridged now to Pulse Chain through LibertySwap. That's really easy to use. I think it's a little bit different from the EMV chains. And the other one, of course, is the devices have landed in America, the first 200,000 devices, and are ready for mailing labels and then delivery, which is pretty awesome. That is pretty awesome. All right, so that's going to get us into Pulse Chain. So we're on day 834 and about to start day 835. Now, the title of the video is "Do You Own Enough?" Richard Hart, Cause, PLSX, Inc., and Irons and X. So that's kind of what we're talking about right now. And so, yeah, I mean, look, time is ticking. We know that if the ETH is running up in value, we want that to run up in value, and then we probably get some of that maybe flipped off over into Pulse Chain, right? And you want to get that ramping up. So I think the dominant thesis, as it were, is and what we've seen in past behavior is that we get the ETH run up and then we get it flipped over into Pulse. So that would make us particularly bullish later in the year, right? We're talking about November, December. We could really see some things happen in the Pulse Chain. Now, I think we're going to have things happen before that. We've already seen a lot of capital come over the bridge and to sit idle at the moment, something like $4 million. But yeah, it's really, we're getting some exciting zone here. And we already have had a couple of major themes. We've beaten the SEC on the 7th of July, so we're in a new era of Pulse Chain. We've beaten the downtrend, the long-term downtrend in the charts. So things are really getting ripe for a few little step moves before we get into the truly big moves on Pulse Chain that we're expecting. Maybe October, November, December, and into the new year, right? So very exciting stuff. So at the moment, right now, we got Pulse at quadruple 0515, so still sitting around the same area for accumulation, down 0.25%, 51% of the mean sacrifice price. Pulse X at the moment, quadruple 0389, down 1.14%. And that's sitting at 39% of the mean sacrifice price. Was still in that accumulation zone, and the buy and burn sitting at 7.64%. And of course, we just had Unity launch, and that is burning something like in excess of 70x, and maybe 72x times the rate of Pulse X. So buy and burn. So really not. I got another afterburner. It's called an afterburner on top. Kind of cool. Incentive token there, $1.92 is down 1.6% right now, and we got Hex at the moment is Hex is at 1.07 cents right now, down 2.7%. So that is Hex on Pulse Chain. Hex on Ethereum is at 0.2 of a penny, and that's at the bottom of the range last time we checked as well. I'm going to do a whole chart thing on that. We should probably do another range bound one. But that is in the mix as well. I need to reset it because Deck Screener deletes all your setups all the time. It's really annoying. But that is we'll probably see that converge. That ratio is at the moment 1 to 5.27. So one PX is a 5.27 EX right now, and that ratio will probably squeeze up a little bit at different times, right? Because it's at the bottom of the ratio right now. But once people get PHEX rich, they move into EHEX poor, and then make EHEX converge a lot better. So we'll probably see that over time as well. Then of course you've got the gas prices and things like that. All right, so that's kind of where we're at the moment, down 2.7% on the old HEX. Now let's jump over to the rest of the stats. We've got gas prices at 821,000 beats, 2 cents for a Pulse X swap. Validators 52,220, pretty much the same what we've had for quite a few days now. And then the bridge, which we've been really tracking, is kind of the heart of the Pulse Chain, definitely down from yesterday. I think we were at 115.6 yesterday, something like that. So we're down maybe 600,000-700,000 from yesterday. ETH looks pretty much the same, and so on. So we're just going to keep looking at that. I've got my snapshot, as you guys know, from the 10th of the month, and that was 2 weeks ago exactly. So the last 2 weeks, we are pretty much up. Just under 60 ETH up on the ETH, and of course we were closer to 260, but we lost ETH 2 days ago. We've gone from 22.8 million DAI to 23.7 So we're essentially up just under 1 million there, maybe 900,000 on the dime in 2 weeks. 9.5. Oh, let's go to the USDC. So USDC 17.6, and we're now at 19.7. So let's say that we're up 2 million on USDC. So USDC has been a big mover, and probably because of ramp now and a Liberty swap, that sort of things that we've seen a lot of capital come over there, and the culprit that's pushing it over as well. That's sitting on all that $4 million of different coins at the moment. I'm pretty sure that money's all still there. Coast is at 10.6, pretty much the same. USD Tether's gone from 5.2 to 5.87, so that's up, 660k on the USD Tether. So everything's moved up except for ETH is only up slightly, but it was up a lot. 200 ETH is gone, so we're looking pretty good. So that's kind of cool where we are right there. And we were at 107 million. We're now at 115. So, we're heading in the right direction, guys. I know the chart's not quite showing it yet, but, we're getting the capital starting to move all in the right direction, which is kind of cool. All right, let's jump over to the Pulse Chain volume. We're $25.8 million right now, 318,000 transactions on the 24-hour. Let's go to the charts. Top performers at the moment. We've got this new token. Now, I'm not endorsing any of these new tokens. They always pop up, but as you guys know, I cover them every day. I feel like I have to do that little bit of disclosure there. But Zero is up at 9 hours. It's up 11,000%. Maduro there at 3 hours. That's up 436%. Nicholas Maduro, isn't that the United States to send warships down there to hunt them or something? Not quite sure there. We've got this new one called Bitcoin. It looks like a pump tires from 4 months ago. That is $1.24 right now. That's well past the beginning. We got the 26. Is that a pump tires? I don't know. It's 4 months anyway. $1.26. That's 76%. Very small liquidity play there, but massive volume. Look at that volume, ridiculous. So be careful with that one. Be careful. We got DevC there as well. It's up 66%. Been around for a week. Liberty been around for 2 months. Up 40%. Peacock, of course, from Liberty Swap there, getting the love. Obviously, everyone's loving the Solana pump there. It is now at 1 cent, almost 1.1 cent, up 36%. So let's have a look at Peacock there. Has been a shining star. Look at that chart, looking pretty good. And a beautiful run up. And unlike a lot of charts, they get there to run up and then they get sold off. You guys know. But this actually had a double top and it went to 1.6 cents. Came down to 7/10 of a penny, now almost back at 1.1 cents. And of course, the market's loving that news, right? Oh, Solana chain now, that's a pretty big deal. So that everyone's liking that on the old Peacock coin. We've got Polsky, been around for 18 days, up 35%. Think Big, been around for 5 hours, up 26% there as well. I don't know if there's anything special about these coins. Sometimes if one of these coins has actually a utility behind it, it's always hard to tell sometimes. We got Pulse Chain Pump Tires up 21% there as well. We got a Rich token that's been around for a day, up 11%. Doge Pump Tires up 10% at number 13, and then we've got Unity, which we're going to talk about separately. So we'll talk about Unity, and we're going to do that next. We got our next topics will be Unity, and then we're going to talk about X1 chain again. That's right. X1 chain again. Let's have a look. We've got Dump Tires there at number 15, up 6.4%. We've got Die Hard there. So if you live PDI, then Die Hard. Now we're pretty sure that PDI and that's going to get a lot of love because Better Bank has done so well, right? We were bullish about Better Bank on the channel as well, and it was a modified Aave fork. It's had a TVA of 21 million, and by gosh, isn't that cool? It is so cool, isn't it? So let's go to DeFi Llama while we're talking about that because that has been a really big success there. We're going to go and hunt the. Last time they had changed the layout on this, so it got me a little bit lost last time. But we're going to go and I'm still lost apparently. What the heck? This has changed again. I feel like it's changed again on me. What the heck? I knew exactly where I was going to go. What the? Where's it gone? Where's the drop down box? Oh my gosh, this is crazy. I don't want all. Let me go to Ethereum. Okay, I'm going to type it in manually. Stop it. Where's the drop down box gone? I don't know. But what? Oh man, this is lame. There we go. We've got the others. We've got the drop down box, guys. Whatever. See more. Yes, see more. I don't know. It used to be, I think it's kind of better what they've done in some ways, but it was better before. It's all right. So we've got the TVL right now. We did get over 400 million, guys. Can you believe that? we did get over 400 million. We're now at 393 million on the TVL. This TVL is, I would say, slightly understated. Maybe, I don't know, 5%, 10% understated, because we need to get all the farms on. Now, I know the farms, there may be 500,000 TVL, 250,000, 750,000, but it all adds up to get all the farms. We've got all these sort of small, medium farms on Pulse, which I think are going to continue to grow. And they just need to get themselves registered. So the two new ones that we had recently added to this list are Ink Printer, which is our fourth liquidity fork, $6.26 million. And we just had Better Bank list just like 2 days ago, or I think it was. And they're sitting here on 25.68 million. So I'm not quite sure what the complete makeup of that is, because we know there's 21 million in the pool, but they maybe have something else added in there. But yeah, 25.6. So that's a big addition. Think about it. It's pretty cool. It's not quite 10%, but 7%, something like that. So nice little addition. And if we can get all these other farms that we've got in here, it'd be really cool. Because I'm just looking through all of trying to look for farms here, and actually there's none of the farms that we talk about are on here. Maybe one, Nexian, and it's on as a yield as well, not as a farm. So Nexian is a full ecosystem, so it's more than just farming. But it's certainly, and the TVL's not right on there. That TVL's just wrong. That's wrong. So I know. Radon. If Craig Bro, Crypto Bro, are you out there? Time to get that on there as well, or Psycho from Nexian, and time to get that fixed up. But you were missing on all the small, medium farms. It'd be nice to have them. They are additive, right? They'll be additive on the TVL, and it'd be more complete and represent, I think, more fully what Pulse Chain has. Now, I'm not sure whether they take DAO tokens on here either, but getting DAO tokens on here might be quite cool too. We've got at least a couple of good ones that could be added in here, maybe 3 or 4. So that's kind of cool as well. And maybe some Hex derivatives, who knows? Hex derivatives in there. But TVL at the moment, 393, and we did get over 400 mil recently, so that was kind of cool milestone. All right, so that was quite a detour there, but that's pretty important. So we've got Die Hard there. We've got Liquid Lines up 3%. We've got Solanum Pump Tires up 2%. Source and Minimil sitting at 41. There's our big corporate, right? We're waiting for some big things there at the Floyn listing and all that good stuff. We got Time Dividend there at 1% from KG, and they just did a X space with KuCoin and Change Now. Which I think is really cool to see more of that change the audience, because it gives a chance for KG to, I guess, even though they're talking about particular topics like security, it's representing Pulse Chain, and I think that's a good start from where we're heading, right? Now we've got Remember is green as well at 1%, and that's looking pretty good. And Gopher's there also green today, just under 1%. So that's 22 coins. So we haven't got a lot of action in the last 24 hours, and volume's pretty decent for what we've recently seen, 26 mil. That's where we are right now. Everything else is out of the money. Right now is down basically. So that's pretty much it. All right, so that's where we are on the old markets. Let's jump over to, I guess we're going to move away from Pulse Chain and get into Unity and Taurus. And then we're going to jump over to X1 chain. So we're really moving around chains now. Let's go to the main chat there and see what else we've got there. Hexveda says, pump our bags so we can pimp our cribs, says Hexveda. That's well said. Well said. Hexveda is in the house, your boy. Actually, let's have a look at Hexveda there as well. Let's have Hexveda. All right, so Hexveda's looking good. Who else has jumped in here? Anita, we've got Anita in there. Anita's in there. Anita's a mod too. I forgot Anita's a mod. Yeah, Anita's a mod. She's one of our mods. I just couldn't remember she was a mod, not just on Discord, but on here as well. All right, that's enough there. All right, kind of cool. All right, so let's jump away to Unity in that. Let me just bring up the website, and we've got Unity, and we're going to bring up Taurus as well. Taurus, and that's cool. So we're going to Taurus as well. And we're going to talk about this in pretty good detail. How are we doing for time? 45 minutes. We're doing really great. So should we have a cuppa? Let's do a cuppa. I don't know. So let's get into Unity. So Unity price, man. Whee! Now, if you've been in Discord, you'd know, been talking about where this might go to. This is my go-to, and so far so good. So far so good. So yeah, let's go Unity, says Wookie. Absolutely. If you haven't joined our strategy club, I highly recommend you do. Links in the video description. It's only $35 a month, so really great value. I mean, there's Discords out there, private clubs out there charging thousands of dollars, and you're getting a lot less information. So definitely get in there. As you guys know, one of the two only large channels in Pulse Chain that do daily shows. The other one, of course, being Crypto Paradise. So if you want to get all the intel, we're covering the markets every day, and getting a lot of behind the scenes stuff as well. So definitely join up Strategy Club there. Really great value. We do monthly reports. We do regular intel updates. We do strategy chats, and we have our top 10 index for Pulse Chain in there. You can get a sneak peek of that as well. I just did a video on that the other day, so kind of cool. Unity going to thy moon. Yeah, going to the moon. Yeah. So currently $70.85, guys. Recent high. There's a 4-hourly chart, by the way. Recent high. Let's go to the hourly chart, shall we? The hourly chart. Recent high there wasn't too far ago. Look at that. We got up to $19.50. Wow, wow, wow. So absolutely amazing is Unity. And really, there's nothing stopping it going up, guys. There is nothing stopping it going up. There's Wookie's strategy link. You can use this link or the link in the video description. Go for gold on that. Join Strategy Club today. We'll see you in the Discord there. So you have $17.88, looking pretty amazing. There's really nothing to hold this thing back. Really, there is not the buying bins operating. People buying and staking, arguably, I guess. There's really nothing. Adoption's going up, probably. So yeah, really nothing happening there. But the price to go up. $17.88. Market cap $351. Liquidity $347K. It's this game on. Look at that, 705 buys, 44 sells. It's pretty cool. So, this is designed as a higher ROI, which is return on investment staking protocol, but it uses some what we call ROI protocol tokenomics to incentivize people to participate. And we will see over time the supply and demand factors balance, but we'll also see the magic of the math and the tokenomics design play out for that high ROI type of protocol. So it's going to be fun to see. And it's launched at the right time, right place as well. And very exciting to see that. All right, so this is Unity. Let's jump into the, shall we post the chart? I'll post the chart there in the chat there if you guys want to check it out. But that is pretty cool. Unity chart, bam, bam. What was that? Did I post it? That was not the right one. Maybe that was that. Right, cool. So that's the Unity chart that I just looked at. Now, typically, you're going to want to create Unity, right? Which means create some shares to get some of the reward pool. So yeah, not necessarily buy off market. If you're going to buy off market, really, you're speculating or you're very clever at staking. But as the price goes up there, remember, it will come down at some stage once supply comes into the market. Now, we have got the Unity DApp. There's the Unity DApp. I'm going to post that link in the chat here. And I'll just post it underneath. I won't put any little fancy arrows. Wookie says not selling Unity until Adara, says Pop Wookie. I don't know about that. Yeah, to one bar. It's already at like $17, $18, dude. It's already like what are you talking about, dude? We got Crypto Night Show in there with the Unity. There we go. That's the website. Now this is the same version so Taurus is on Ethereum and Unity is on Pulse Chain. And it's just launched 6 days ago, 5 days ago and 6 hours, 7 hours almost. And this is what you can do. So basically, what the idea is you can come in and create. You can use Pulse or PulseX. So you can just click the tabs here. You want to use Pulse. You want to use PulseX. And then you can put the amount that you want to put in. So if you did, let's see here, if you did 10 million PulseX, that's $390. So if you did that, you don't have to you can do a whole ton of small ones on Pulse Chain because it's quite cheap to do, right? So you could do much cheaper than that. You could do a whole ton of $40 ones with 1 million PulseX all over the place. So you could do that. So we'll see a little bit of a different behavior than we see on Ethereum, for example, for Taurus. And then you just put the length, right? A length is very important because the maths favors pushing people to go long, right, with their creations. They get more shares. The more shares, the longer you go, the more shares you get. So, but then, of course, you're subject to whatever happens in the market price, right? So that's going to be very interesting. But, with let's do a bigger one here. Let's just pretend that we're doing 10 million PulseX, which is $390. And you can do multiple of these. You can do 100 of these sort of things, right? You do a whole ladder every single day coming out, right? There's all sorts of ladder strategies that you can do, or you just go all long, right? Just go all long and play the maths and see how it goes in the future past day 89 or beyond. Yeah, I mean, this is going to get you 99 Unity straight away. So you get that what I call day zero. You get base straight away. You can't, you don't get access to it. It's just you accumulate it. So imagine it's like you bank it basically. You get it straight away, and then the day after you launch, the day after you do create, then you get 1/88 of this, depending on how long your term is, right? 1/88 of that, and that accumulates over time. And then you get the created Unity, which you get on at the beginning, and then all the stuff that you earn over the 88 days. You'll get later on. Now, this number will go down. A reason why it will go down is because more people coming after you, and the big reward pool that you're getting a share of goes to more people, right? But how many shares do you get? Well, you get this many shares, so that's how many shares you get, and you get that as a share of the total amount of shares, as a total amount of shares. So really, the simplest how you think about it is there's a reward pool, and then there's shares, and those shares, how many shares you've got as a proportion will decide how much of the rewards you're getting every single day. So that's basically the idea there. And that's why that reward pool, as the shares grow and grow and grow and grow, because more people coming in, those rewards get distributed to more and more people. You think about it, the rewards aren't growing the same; they're actually going down every day, right? So that's the play there. And of course, you can have you got Unity once your creation matures, you can then stake your Unity and start staking with it, right, for the ROI. So it's kind of cool. They've got different rewards. So you got 21,000% on creating right now because that's the thing to do. And then because there's not much not much Unity around. And then of course people can stake Unity. And of course people have been buying it off the market in staking. So that's helped to drive the price up as well. So you'll see all your details down the bottom here, whether you got stakes and claimable stakes. So basically, once you do that, you put some Unity in and stake. You'll have active stakes down here, and then when they mature after 88 days or however long you put them in for, you'll be able to claim them later on, and you can hit the claim button, and then of course they'll show up here as ended stakes. That's basically the process, and the same thing for creating, which is what most people are doing right now. They're creating, right, getting those shares, getting part of the reward pool, and accumulating that. And at the end of the 88 days, if that's what they did, the max period, they'll be able to see the active creations down here. And then once they matured after 88 days, they'll show up here. And then once you've claimed them with the claim button, you will then see them over here. So that's basically the idea. And of course, what is important? The mathematics. So if you go shorter, let's see how much this is. So you got 44,000 here. We're pretending that we've got 100 million pulse eggs. You're getting 45,000 earned tourists in the future. You're getting 1,000 straight away. So you bank that. That's the way you can think of it. Every day you bank some of this and you earn Unity here. So you get bank the created straight away. So let's shut this down. Let's go from 88 down to 80 days and see how that drops. Watch how it drops. It goes way down, right? Way down, like 29,000. So let's go back up. 45. So it is dramatic how much you lose, right? 29. Look at that. Let's go to 70. 17. Let's go to 50 days. So let's go to half. Let's go to from 44 days. So that's 88 days, 45. Let's go to half, 44 days. So half the term. 2,600. Boom. Right. So it really drives you to go long in terms of earning the volume of Unity because you get all those shares. And it is really dramatic. So, let's go half. Let's go to 22 days. And remember, we're at 45,000. Look at that. 22 days, you're going to get 165. So what are you banking on? You're banking on the price going up, right? So you're really banking on the price going up. And you're banking on being able to get that price, capture that price before other people do, right? So the short game is a lot more difficult, and you have to think about it a lot more if you're playing the short game. But really, a lot of people playing the long game because it's a staking protocol in that sense. So, it's going to be a bit of a mixture there. And so, if you go back, so that's 22 days, and we go to the full length, 45,000. So pretty dramatic, right? Pretty dramatic with that. Now, obviously, there's going to be this playoff, supply and balance playoff later on. It's going to be fun to see. Now, we've got the burn. The burn, of course, is capturing more and more value. I don't know. Have we hit $1 million? Must have surely. I don't know. Maybe we haven't. But because we had, price of pulse and that's just to come back a little bit. But we've got 116K. So let's add that in. 116 plus 338. So we've got 454,000 in the buy and burn. So this is what's also driving the price up right now, right? It's only operating at 1%. So what's that? $4,500 a day, but it's enough apparently to keep driving the price up. And we can see that we got $20,000 buy volume, 11K sell volume, and so and we also got liquidity being added as well, right? So we've got a couple forces there moving to push the price up, and speculators as well. And so we go to the buy and build. We got this additional capital. We got another 70,000. So plus 70, plus 250, and this is building out liquidity, right? So it's kind of cool. And then we've got the fractal, which is on day 110. This fractal amount will go over to the buy and burn and fill it up, right? So on day 110, we're only on day 6. So just remember, it's a long way away from here. But we've got another 47, let's say, plus 47. Oh, heck, I've just lost it, did I? 47. I just lost it. Rabbits. I can't remember what I was at. What were we at? 600 and something? I've lost it now. Anyway, so we'll have to do it another day because I just lost the whole calculation. That's typical. I hate this calculator. Or is it just me? Whatever. But we've got the stats. This is where that. So we've got 99,600 in the reward pool right now. And this is the daily reward pool. This goes down by 0.08% a day. We've got a total Unity pool payout of 1.78 million, which is spectacular, right? That is so good. Really is amazing. Sean says, I presume you can stake your earned creations while still in the 88 days creation period. No. You basically bank them, and you can't get them until the whole creation's matured. You don't. So with regards to that, this basically it just shows up straight away. Your created stuff just shows straight away, and you earn stuff there. You just accumulate. So yeah. Wookie is front running us, says Brennan. I think he is too. I think he is, Brennan. I've got Blair in the house there. Hi, Blair. Good to see you. Big shout out. Welcome to the chat there as well. Calculators are hard, says Wookie. Yeah, it's just all you need is one little mistake, and it's wiped. It's wiped. All right, so that's kind of where we are right there. We got 6.1% is burned so far, which is really great. And so liquid supply is 3,278. So, liquid supply, a lot of people not selling into this price yet. We might see a few of them sell. We saw one person sell here from the looks of it. So we get that. What else? We've only got 18,787. Remember, we started off at 20,000 and we're already down to 18,787, which is pretty cool. We have kind of seen this a little bit with the tourists, so we already have an idea of what's going to happen. And we got Unity burned at 1,200, which is amazing. And that burns really, really important. And then we got the staked Unity at 5,800, which is really exciting. And we'll keep looking out to see if that continues to happen there. Total shares, 1.58 billion, which is pretty amazing. And we got PulseX burned so far. 1.32 billion PulseX has been burned so far. So that is kind of cool. Now, there's a little button down here called Analytics Dashboard. And this is a way of, if you're wanting to do a ladder or play the game, you can do that. But it is a very dangerous game to play on the old Unity. And the reason why is because people come in after you, right? So whatever game you play, you could come in, there could be a whole massive wave of adoption after you came in, and it could wreck your whole short. If you're going to play a short game, could wreck your whole short game. And of course, remember that. So it can lower the amount of yield that you get. So if you're going to come in and play a little short game here, maybe go for 30 days or something, you're going to lose quite a bit on the Unity that you earn, but you just don't know what's the price going to be like on day. Let's get it. This is a daily candle. What's it going to be like on day 30, right? So will this chart be like on day 30? I didn't have 30 days on here, which is great. So let me just scroll it along a bit more. And let's say you did day 30. So you can't do day 30 from now because it'd be day like 36, wouldn't it? I'll just show it again, 29. This is hashtag wrecked. All right, so let me do it again. And one more time. We can do it. We can do it together. All right, so 30. So, day 30, if you've done it on day 1 and day 30, what's the price going to be like of Unity by day 30 there, which is the 17th September, right? Is it still going to be pretty high? You don't know. Now, how high is this going to go? I think it's still going to go higher from here. But how high will it go? That's the question, right? You can get my thoughts in Discord. That's I already put that in Discord. But that is the stats. Let's go to stats, and we can go to the dashboard. And the dashboard here gives us this cool chart. We've got linear and log, and I like showing linear because it gives you the extremes they were expecting. Now we've got on day 89, we've got all the people that went max period 88 with creations, and then we've got all the people that came in after them doing the max period for 88 days. But as I said to you, the rewards, as they come out every single day, they're coming down at a lower rate, and they then get distributed to everybody that comes in. So the more people that come in, the more distributed they get to. And if you go to the log chart here, you can see that actually, we've got 10 tourists coming out on the days. We've got 100 tourists coming out, 1,000 tourists coming out, 10,000 tourists coming out. So that's kind of the idea. Let me go to full screen here so you can see this a little bit easier. So you can see that coming out there. And you can see on day 19 was the first day we have like 100. We're only on day 6, remember that? So we're on in day 6. So where's day 6? Day 6 here. Look at that. We've only got one creation coming out, 1.5 stay. We've only got 2 tourists coming. There's no tourists coming out, guys. There's no tourists coming out all the way through. First day of 14, we got 44, but that's nothing. There's nothing coming out. On day 19, we got 100. That's nothing. Honestly, it's nothing. And so on. So we've got nothing really coming out. Look at this, all the way to day 22. There's nothing coming out. So we're on day 6. So if you take that off, there's 16 days to go before we even get to 120 tourists coming out, which is still nothing. And we've got the buy and burn operating every day up to this point, right? And we've got people buying and staking and speculating. It's crazy, right? Crazy. So yeah, I mean, we can get speculators sell in the chart, right? Speculators that bought low and sell high. That's definitely in the market, right? We'll get those people. There's definitely those people out there. But you get my point, is that in terms of new supply, there's not much there. And we've got that buy and burn and LP. LP's thickening things up too. So that's kind of the play there. By the time we get to day 23, that's the first day, we get a big step jump. So we step jump from 100 and we step up to 1,600, just over 1,600 coming out. So it's the first day we get a test there. So step up day so far on Unity is day 23, and that we go up a 10x basically. And so we continue on for quite a bit. We're not too bad. Day 29, we got a little bit of a bigger day, 25, almost 2,500. So day 29, pretty interesting. Now take 6 days off that. That's 23, day 23. So you could do that. Was when you come out. You want to front run that a little bit. If you're playing a short game, let's assume you're doing that. And but remember, you got potentially a lot of people coming in after you. A big wave of stuff. You got speculators that got in early. There's a few other variables to think about with the short game. And then, of course, by the time we get to day 34, that's our next big step up, right? So we're stepping up from 1,000 units all the way up to a 10,000. Well, actually, 15,000. So there we go, folks. Day 34 is the big step up day. 15,000 coming out right there. So we've got a lot of people playing the short game now on a day 34. So that's a big deal there. So a lot of people playing that game there now have positioned themselves. And of course, it's really first in, first come out. So whoever comes out first here on day 34, if the price is still extremely high, that's when we're going to see some probably massive pullbacks in the price. All things equal, right? Now we could have a nice big wave of adoption between day 7 and all the way through to day 33. That's certainly going to help because it will put more in the LP pools, more in the buy and burns, all that sort of stuff, right? And distribute the supply a lot more. Distribute the supply, so that would dilute, but particularly with the big shares going long, right? Because they get more of the pool. But that's definitely the first sort of step up day at the moment. And we've still got 28 days to go. So yeah, let's see what happens. You can come back to this video and say, hey, look, that's what it was. And then of course that runs all the way. So we've got big days, sort of coming out there all the way through that whole period of 10,000. And at the moment, that's pretty much running through to about day 60 at the moment. And then day 60, we've got massive jump, right? Day 60, we're jumping up to 45,000, 46,000. So that's the next big step. So yeah, day 34, big step. And then the next big day is day 60. So pretty crazy. And then we've also got a big step just on a one day, maybe not a big step, but 80,000 on day 67. And then we get all the way through to, I guess these days up here, once we get up to the 100,000 days, right? So we're starting to get a little teaser here, the 100,000 days. And then finally, we have a whole step jump. We almost jumped 2 bands, and we're up to 3.8 million, 3.9 million on day 89, which is that first max period, right? That's when the first maxes are coming out. And then we've got the rest of them. Now, these will all go down, of course. All these candles will go down, relatively speaking, to all the people coming in. Obviously, we're adding more Unity every day. It's going down at a different rate on the rewards, but also we're getting a lot more people coming in through all these days, with more shares being issued, and therefore these candles drop from that point of view. So going to be fun to see it all play out. So that is Unity, and at the moment $17.80. All right, so let's jump over to the Taurus quickly, and let's see what our time is doing, because we went through that quite a bit. An hour and 5 minutes. We're not doing too bad on the time frame. So this is Taurus on Ethereum, so it's a different chain now, and on Ethereum and using Titanx. So on Unity, of course, using PulseX. Here using Taurus and Ethereum. We're going to have a quickly run through this. At the moment, the creation is 6,900%. The staking is 3,000%, so it's definitely closing up, but still quite a gap. The burning, of course, captured all this value in the buy and burn, which is still looking really good, and the buy and build still looking really good, and the fractal there looking really good. Remember, that gets called on day 110, and then gets pushed into the buy and burn here as a fill up. So stats, let's look at those stats. $4.97, so we're just gone below $5 on the old Taurus. So yeah, we were holding up in that $5 range. Now we've just gone below that, $4.97. We got the total Taurus on day 45. So this is kind of a sneak preview of what Unity will have on day 45. 96,539. That's how big the reward pool will be that day. I think there's about 8.5 million out in the first 3 months, and total supply ever possible is 125 million. And of course, a lot of that will get burned off and put into third-party protocols and other roadmap protocols and things like that. So stay tuned. And yeah, at the moment we've got 4.8% in liquid supply, only 759 tokens in liquid supply over here on Taurus. Isn't that crazy? Now, adoption's definitely been at a faster rate on Pulse Chain. I expect that to stay up relatively to compared to Unity. Compared to Taurus. We've got 25,000 liquid tokens, so it's going to be interesting to see what we have when we get to Taurus, get Unity day 45, because we're currently at 24,900. I think it will be quite a bit higher here on Unity, but that's kind of where we are on a day, what did we say, 45. Now, we've got almost 12,000 tokens burned, 11,937, and stake Taurus, 5,600 is staked so far, which is pretty similar to what we've already got on Unity, already after only, 5 days. So that's pretty crazy. Shares 3.36 billion, and we've almost got half of those on Unity right now in 5 days, and the total burn Titanx there, 226 billion at the moment. So that is Unity. And of course, we've got this playoff between Unity now, which has just come out, and Taurus. There'll be definitely that, because there are a lot of crossover people, right? A lot of crossover people there. So that is pretty much it on the Unity. So big shout out to Cryptographics, and he's doing lots of X Spaces and videos, and getting on influencer channels. So expecting a lot more for Unity and Taurus moving forward. It's going to be a lot of fun. And of course, as we get Ethereum on the run, then Taurus is going to really run on the back of Ethereum. Titanx gets a reversal. We're getting a big run on that. Remember, Titanx, if we get the $15,000 ETH, then there's $100 million sitting in the buy and burn protocols. And so, yeah, it's game on, really, isn't it? It's just a matter of time. Just a matter of time there. Taurus to the moon, says Wookie. Taurus to the moon, yeah. What else? Yeah, this is looking pretty good. So we're going to go to next. We're going to go to our last topic of the day, which is X1, right? X1. And it's just going to be a much faster topic because it's only going to be brief, but just a bit of a news update there. So obviously X1 is going to be a fork of Solana, but it's going to have all the latest bells and whistles and tech on it. Jack Levin there, Jack Levin. There's so many J's around with the developer founders. Jack Levin has been around for a long time, and he is Google employee number 21. That's his claim to fame. He's a bit of a nerd and a geek, and also James Bond villain. He's a vampire slayer, and he is currently working on holiday. So let's quickly check out for this. This could be a huge launch with the the Solana theme on the back of it, and we may probably, now that we've got a Solana bridge to Pulse Chain, no doubt we'll have X1 linked to Pulse Chain as well through Liberty Swap. I wouldn't be surprised. All right, so let's jump in and have a look at the news. Here's our final topic of the day. So we got Boat Life working on SEC docs. This is what he says, working on SEC docs. Obviously, he's going through all the legal channels for this. He's got a vesting code. Obviously, they've done some capital raising, right? And of course, he's got multi-sig. They're going to have multi-sig wallets there. Token distribution schedules. And this is what people are really excited about. What will these look like? What are the latest ones going to be? We used to have this previous one, which kind of hasn't been changed too much. We were going to have a billion XN tokens. Of course, now the token is called XNT. That's going to be the fee token, basically the same thing as ETH or Pulse, and it was going to be a billion tokens, right? It had 4 allocations, 100 million, and 3 lots of 300 million. But what's it going to be looking like now? Is with in terms of Zen, right? The Zen price, of course, has plummeted. All-time lows. It looks a bit like the Titan chart. They look pretty similar, so people have lost a little bit heart, but of course, the promises are still there about once X1 launches, that there will be a burn party and claim phase, that people will be able to get that XNT token. So by burning their Zen. Now, a lot of people have already burnt Zen in the anticipation of X1, so there's already that promise there, and nothing seems to have changed too much with that. But apparently, they can't do the allocation until after X1 launches. For the legal reasons. So that's kind of the play right now. But that was kind of just came out today, token distribution schedule. So we're going to be looking at that. Presumably that's what it includes is Zen as well, right? Not just those who've done capital raising. There's been like 3 million or so money raised for that. And also their DAO has apparently bought some Bitcoin with that as well. That's the anchor in the chain apparently. So there we go, X1, the first fork of Solana and all the bells and whistles. We're going to be excited to see that now with what he's doing. Now, on that, Mark, is that not only is there the 2 main things that are operating at PulseChain on X1 at the moment. One is the validators, people validating the network, and then that's kind of the proof of stake side, I guess. And then there's the other side, which is the proof of work side, which is the Zen blocks, right? So Zen blocks is the other way of participating. So these all roads lead to Rome. So arguably Zen leads in there, plus all these other exotic tokens that they've launched on BRC20s and things like that. Plus there is validating, where you're going to get boosters for validating as well, for staking and stuff like that. And then there's Zen blocks. Previously, of course, we also had Soul Zen, or basically, was it Soul Zen mining, I think it was. I'm just trying to remember the right phrasing. But we had all that happening as well. And now we have the proof of work side, right, which is the Zen block. So the Zen block's still going. So next halving is mid-September. I cannot believe the mid-halving is next September because it's just happened so fast, guys. I mean, just remember the first halving was last year, and now it's the second halving. Is that crazy? Is that crazy or what? So mid-September is crazy. That's the halving. And look, that is the expected launch date for X1 is September. That's the main target date. And of course, Jack Levin let that drop in a X space. And of course, the backup date was November. And of course, founders and developers, they're notorious for 2 more weeks, let's say, or in this case, 2 more months. But yeah, we'll see. So September is the current expected date. We'll see if they can launch. Obviously, they have decided to take a different path and delayed other previous launch dates. And of course, here we are. So mid-September 2025 is the halving for Zen blocks. And so, yeah, it's pretty crazy. So daily miners, 170 in the last 24 hours. There's only 170 miners right now, apparently, at least the last 24 hours. What do you earn? You earn Zenium. So we talked about XNT being the main fee coin for this one. Well, XNM is Zenium. It is what you get from the proof of work mining. And you'll be able to stake that and earn earn more XNT, the main fee coin. The other thing you can do with it is, participate in Zendex, which we come the other day. That's going to be kind of the first DEX. It's not a X1 team, as far as I know, separate team, but they'll be launching first. And that apparently they're going to be launching on Solana first before they even get an X1. So that's going to be pretty soon if they're going to be doing that. So yeah, we'll keep a lookout for that. But why do I cover this? I think there's going to be a big value offering. First fork of Solana with all the bells and whistles, with probably no downtime, unlike Solana. Could be a real boom on here. So yeah, I mean, there's a lot of marketing and virality still involved. That's always the question mark. But you could be talking about multi-billion-dollar chain, and therefore a lot of upside value, right? So yeah, let's see where it goes. 73.3% of the total supply of Zenium is already mined. Now, some of the early miners, got on really early. They got huge bags. I mean, some of them are Chinese miners as well. In the top list, they're pretty big. There are obviously the 2 big influencers that cover Zen, big, relatively big for Zen anyway, is Crypto Bra and Trees. Now, Trees is great. Does a lot of great stuff out there. Does a lot of utilities as well. And so they were early miners as well. They're probably top 150 miners. So they got these early guys, and so they're out there too. And so we'll see how what they do. Presumably, hopefully they stake a lot of their stuff, but we will find out how that impacts prices as well. Now they just crossed 60 million regular blocks, 75,000 super blocks. Now super blocks, as we understand it, are going to be basically like staking boosters. Super blocks are far more rarer to mine, but that's kind of the play there. So that's you can still do that now. That's one way of getting into the X1 chain. But like I say, it's there's a lot of supplies come out already. So yeah, it is a lot more expensive to mine, relatively speaking, with the halving in there. So yeah, you can find all the information, of course, here on ZenPub, which are amazing. These guys are amazing with the ZenPubs here. So that is the latest post there. I'm going to put that in the chat there if you want to leave a reply or anything. But that is the link there to Jake Levin's latest update, and that is ZenPub's update there on ZenBlock mining, which is the proof of work side. So yeah, so validating proof of stake side, and the ZenBlock's proof of work side there operating at the moment in parallel. Yeah, let's see what happens. And of course, all the people out there with Zen are looking to see what happens as well, especially with that update there from Jack talking about distribution schedules with token distributions. That was probably a nice little line there. All right, hope you guys enjoyed it. Now in 16 minutes, we pretty much did it. We covered the show. And of course, we've got other things to do today. So we're going to jump ship now and catch us up on tomorrow's update as well, 8 p.m. Eastern, of course. It might be a bit noisy tomorrow because got some stuff happening here at the old house. So yeah, let's see whether the noise is not too distracting. And that's what doors are for. Hopefully dampen down the noise, but we'll see. Got some work happening here. All right, hope you guys enjoyed the show. Let's read out the last couple of comments. Taurus to the moon, says Wookie. Taurus to the moon. Sean, marketing coming. Yeah, marketing is coming. Could be imminently there for Richard Hart, particular around Pulse Chain. You got TJ in the house there. Replay gang. Big shout out there, TJ. Broncos or the Knights. I thought you were supposed to be for the Warriors. Now you jump ship as well. All right, take care, guys, and I'll catch you on the next show. Bye for now. Peace out. Don't forget to follow on X, subscribe on YouTube, and yeah, if you haven't already, join up Strategy Club. Links in the video description or in the chat there with Wookie. And it's only $35 a month. Fantastic value. Become part of our community. We also have community memberships as well. They're only $12.50 a month. Join up as well if you want to get those. Brendan says, I heard it's a castle, not a house. It's a castle. Newcastle Knights is my team, Brendan. I don't know about yours, but I'm the only Newcastle Knight guy. Even though we're at the bottom of the table, at least we've got the heart, we've got the spirit. We've got the spirit there. All right, take care, everybody. Bye for now.